the thing is because we can't see Corey's background, but we know he's belt man. It was a couple. It was a Saturday. Oh, it was a Friday. Friday night SmackDown. We got this.
Yep.
Monday Night Raw.
Those side plates are great.
The Asuka side plates.
Yeah, those side plates.
I like that.
And it's interesting they didn't change hers because they changed Seth's. But yeah,
those were her side plates on the Raw.
Those were always her side plates.
Yeah,
like since she's been there.
But now we got it because this is the WWE Women's Championship.
Yep.
And this is the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship.
Yes.
That one's not undisputed.
No. Nah. This is essentially the women's version of the title that Seth has.
Lying to us by saying undisputed on the title.
Listen, I've been talking about this a lot in a lot of different places. I think so. This is my opinion. I'll break this down to how I believe of what is being understood with the word undisputed on it. I think there are new histories with the World Championship and the Women's World Championship. The undisputed, to me, refers to the lineage of the WWE. So that the title Roman has is the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. I believe whenever Roman loses it, the Universal will also go. Roman is the Universal Champion that will never change, but once he loses it, that goes away, and it will be the WWE Championship. You ever notice, like when WWE, I want to say, well, always over the years, even though the championship may have said World Heavyweight Championship, which I think the Winged Eagle is probably the last one that ever truly said the World Heavyweight Champion on it.
Right.
From then on, it's always been the World Wrestling Federation Champion or the WWE Champion. It's even announced as that. Like even from the late 90s, it's always been announced as the WWE Championship. Right. That's what I believe the undisputed part of the championships refer to. I understand there's two belts. I get it. It's obviously a conflict of interest with the wording. Yes. But I believe the word undisputed refers to the lineage of the WWE Championship and the WWE
just feels
Women's
lazy.
Championship.
It just feels like because the connotation of undisputed is ain't nobody else except for it's somebody else.
Well, there's,
you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
understandable.
For me, all you had to do is don't say undisputed. That's all you have to do. But you choose to say undisputed and then have a whole nother world title.
With a new lineage, fam.
Yeah, that's correct.
Roman is the undisputed WWE champion. I don't say he is the undisputed WWE champion. I know he's a universal champion. He never lost it, but he is the WWE champion.
He's the undisputed WWE Universal Champion.
Yep.
Undisputed. And Seth is who?
Seth is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
World Heavyweight Champion is a world title.
So what is Roman's title? Roman's title is the
Universal title.
Universal undisputed.
It is, but it's don't get hung up on Universal too much in the sense that Universal and World is. It's not y'all fault. I think people take the words too literal in the sense, and obviously you're supposed to if they're putting it on there. But I don't believe the Universal Championship, like the Universal Championship, is a world championship of what we classify as fans as a world championship. It is, but the WWE doesn't necessarily classify their world championship as the world championship until
that's right.
The one
we know
that Steph has. It's the WWE championship. They're big
the
on
universe.
That. So the Universal was to distinguish between the two championships they had.
That you couldn't beat him. That you couldn't beat him.
That's good. That's good. Universal champion.
Remember that?
Just call it the Don Cornelius.
That's good, Justin. That's good.
Just call it the Don Cornelius belt.
Well, I agree with that. They should. The Universal should have went away. I actually agree with that.
The
Universal
there was a report. There was a report that hit Sports Illustrated the other day where the report said they were talking about why Triple H wanted to do all of this, freshen up the titles and all this stuff, but they really just talked about Romans and why Paul Heyman was still carrying the WWE Championship and the Universal title. Apparently, the plan is for Paul Heyman to still carry those titles while Roman is rocking.
We'll find out tomorrow.
But they're saying that the reason that they want him to hold the titles is that he's kind of like the link to the past and like the modern times, and he, like they want Roman to signify like the Bruno Sammartinos and the Billy Grahams and the Bret Harts and the Shawn Michaels era, and the Universal title is like its own thing.
Okay.
But that may be more. But it's SmackDown. I don't know. They're trying to tie in a couple of histories and put them on Roman's back. Essentially.
Yeah, so with Roman, Cal, I know for sure.
Wait, hold on, Matt.
No, I was just gonna say I don't give a fuck what lineage or whatever ties in or whatever the fuck ties in. You know, when you see this nigga walk around with 4 titles, 6 titles, whatever, it's some fly ass shit. Like, I believe that he is unstoppable. It ain't got shit to do with no lineage.
Talk to him.
Italian to fucking Bruno, Sans, Samoan, Martino. It don't matter. It just look hard.
So have the more titles he has, the more it builds a legacy of what Roman's been doing.
It's definitely merchandise.
Mike Tyson will walk out with all them titles. You like, yo, he really is the truth.
Ultimo Dragon. He got some shits on his arms.
However, words mean things.
True.
What the fuck does that mean?
If someone's a
title undisputed,
that's not
and
what
then
I'm saying.
have another world title.
I wasn't talking about none of that.
The both of them.
Because I don't think anybody cares about the names.
Both of them are not world titles in the sense that they are world titles, but they're not. One is the World Heavyweight Championship. One is the WWE Championship.
One is Universal.
That's what they should be called.
Ultimo Oos. That's right.
Listen, because of what Roman has done with his run, and because the Universal Championship was the first, the Universal will always stay in the titling of the championship as long as he holds it. I fully believe when he loses the championship, the Universal will go away. But until
I
does,
believe that.
The lineage of what he has done specifically with the Universal Championship, it'll always stay. As long as he's champion.
All math is saying is, while this may look cool, this looks super hard.
Yeah,
that's right.
I will say that from what math says is 100% correct. For the common person that comes to the show and Roman's on there, and you have his entourage carrying all those championships out there, he already has the allure of, oh my goodness, who is that for somebody who's never seen him? If you add that on top of it, it's really like, oh my goodness, who is this and why do I need to watch him? Because he's got all those championships. And I mean, from a marketing standpoint alone, because the black championship absolutely is not ever going away. That one's going to be always the one they give to the sports team anyway. We just saw 2 of them go out this week.
That's crazy. That looks hard. I ain't gonna hold you.
Like the guy got 3 titles.
That's right.
It's crazy. That's hard.
But we'll find out tomorrow if they still carry the other ones, because I can see the argument for them to do it. Like we all just mentioned, like you carrying all those championships, that person in the arena is like, oh, like imagine in 2 or 3 weeks when they're in Madison Square Garden and somebody's just going in for the first time and they see Roman and he's coming out there with 3 belts. They're like, in New York, they're gonna be like, who is this?
That?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Who's Puerto Rican?
Shouts are talking about in the chat. They saying this is all too much. I want to know why.
Slick go back and forth though. I'm sorry, Cal. Don't listen to Slick. He go back and forth all the time. He'll come in here and say one thing, and then come in to Turnbuckle Talk and say something else.
Never mind. What? My fault.
And then do a TikTok on something else.
But wait, Corey, are you copping one of these?
Yeah, the women. So the women's ones, it's interesting not because they're women, but because I have that Evolution Championship. I never even bought any of the other women's ones because that one was such a special championship that I didn't need to, and I kind of still feel that way. You'll very rarely see somebody out with the Evolution pay-per-view women's championship.
I don't remember that.
They only sold it that weekend on Shop for a second and at the arena. I went to the arena 4 hours early just to be first in line to make sure when I got in there, I was able to get
Corey ain't got no kids.
Yeah, right.
None.
Yeah, none. Yeah,
Corey ain't got no kids.
That's the type. It's got like the teal on the background, right?
It's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me.
Where's it
throw this image. I'm gonna throw this image up in a second.
Yeah,
and they also sold side, and I bought the side plates with it too. So
I don't think I've ever seen. Hold on, it's loading up now. I don't think I've ever seen this title out. This is my wife would love this title.
I've never seen.
I've never seen that out.
You wear with your Tiffany Force.
Well, you've seen me with it, right?
Have I seen Corey with this title?
Corey, you wear those with the Tiffany Forces?
It's not the same color, so no.
It's off a little.
It's off a little. But no, Mimi, you've seen me with this one, right?
I don't remember. No.
Really?
I've never seen you with
Actually,
that one.
So that's the one that I was getting. You know, before pre-pandemic, everybody, I had all the women signing that one, like literally any because it wasn't. I am one of those collectors that kind of get somewhat specific on who signs what. You had to at least held that title, but because of the celebration of what that was, any woman that I had, like, I've got Jacqueline on that belt, I've got Toni Storm, I've got Stephanie McMahon, I've got like all of the women who were around at that time, I've got them on there.
Right.
So
it's on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You never supposed to break that shit out.
Bring that out. Yeah.
No. I do. It's okay.
Not you, Tamina is high, yo.
Yeah, so I mean, it's that championship. I knew I had to get there to get it, and when I saw it pop up online, I went to the pay-per-view that night. So, when I saw it pop up online, I said, "Oh, I've got to get to Long Island early," and so I literally drove from Jersey right to Long Island and waited, and was checking my fantasy scores and everything, and make sure that was good, and yeah, and then I got it as soon as they opened the doors. I ran to the first vendor.
They really don't have kids.
You really don't have kids.
I'm serious. I ran to the first vendor. I said, I need the side plates and I need the championship. You said what?
You said, was you out of breath?
Why would I be out of breath? I ran track from when I was a child all the way through college.
Nigga, can you give me that bell? The Tiffany color. With the plates on the bitch.
Ridiculous. You lost me.
No. So I mean, it's just certain things that like I said, so I'll wait to get the other women's ones, but the men's ones I'm definitely that's done. So because that undisputed is very nice. I mean, and like I said, when I bought the Snoop belt and when I saw that, I was like, oh, it's just like the Snoop belt. So yeah,
undisputed belt is dope.
It is. You know what? I know people not listen. I see people. I'm in a lot of these belt groups online and all that. Everybody has their opinion.
There's
and I
belt
get
groups?
It.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yes.
Gucci.
Replica collecting belts. So
Gucci belts.
I get a lot of people have opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. I think people just automatically see something.
I have a little bit.
I got just the ones we defend on this show.
I got the belt.
I think I got 4. I got 5 belts.
Yeah.
I have the Eagle, the Big Gold belt, the NWO Big Gold belt.
Damn.
That one, the Universal,
got
the blue one.
Money.
No, that was when I was working there,
money.
and it was 50% off.
Yeah, that's when I buy religiously on.
There's another one I have.
Negro, we seen you when you bought the one belt when that bitch just came out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Sometimes
I'm scrolling. WWE said the belt coming out. Corey said, "I got the belt." Right under.
I got the belt with Bray Wyatt.
He did the photo shoot.
Yeah.
Yo, Corey, that's fucked up.
Now that's a belt I didn't get. That joint was terrible.
It was fucked up when you
the Bray Wyatt was terrible.
Motherfucker. That was fucked up.
Oh, that was
why?
Ugly.
You rushed me out the photo. I'm trying. Hey, Corey, how you do? You like? I'm taking my belt picture.
I'm taking my belt picture.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying hello. I'm just saying hello.
Like, all right, no move.
This is nasty.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was.
That's
awful.
a world title.
That was the Universal Championship.
That looks like something on CZW or something. Like this is not a.
Whose idea was that?
His probably.
Probably. Yeah.
I would assume it was Bray Wyatt's idea. They said go with it.
Now y'all remember this belt? You remember in Mimi? I know you do. This was the one they sold 10 of them or something like that at first.
Oh yeah, they were super limited.
Yeah, they were like $6,000 or something like that.
Yeah, let me see.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
no, I remember they were dumb limited for whatever reason.
Yeah, and then they sold the regular replicas. Eventually dropped after that, but there were, like I said, I want to say it was like 10 or something like that of the real. Like I said, it was like $6,000, I believe.
This one Mashable said it was 7th. This was December 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Over the Thanksgiving weekend, they launched a new item for a replica of the Fiend customized belt.
Mm-hmm.
$6,499.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It was like the actual studio quality.
When you, Corey,
well, he was selling everything. Remember, they were that was when they were doing like the crates, like the Wyatt family crate and whatnot, like and they were all flying because he was the Firefly Funhouse was on it. Everything was selling like hotcakes.
Mm-hmm. What were you asking, man?
I was gonna say when you go to the show, because you always got a belt with you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get them signed that night? Or you just
if I can, any opportunity to get something signed, I will take it if I can get it signed. Like I had Seth at a house show sign my red Universal because I was sitting on the rail, and he was walking past after as the show was ending, and he was signing, and I had my Sharpie and I had him sign my red Universal. I mean, he was the Universal champion at that time. So,
right.
So that's what I was about to ask you. So if motherfucking Midian walked by, you wasn't giving him the.
I mean, if I had my European Championship, I would have him sign it.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't signing on the red belt.
No, I'm very specific. You had to at least have been that champion. It may not necessarily have had to be that specific model of it.
Yeah.
Like I have like my classic Intercontinental. I've got tons. I've got Orton, McIntyre, Owens. Actually, the old school.
Corey, but you be at the spot like. Oh, like wait! Did this motherfucker hold the WWE title?
No, he knows it's in his head. It's in his head.
It's
in his head.
Okay, I bet.
I already know it. Like
won the belt.
Like even like my classic Intercontinental, I've got Pat Patterson on there as the first. I got Chris Jericho with the most reigns, and I got Honky Tonk Man as the longest one. Won that championship. All those autographs are on there. Who? Pat Patterson and Honky Tonk and Chris Jericho. So Chris Jericho has the most reigns of Intercontinental Championships.
That's my question to you.
Yeah.
So you do this like if a motherfucker didn't win it, they can't sign it. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But you do wear Air Jordans that Mike didn't play.
Of course you would. Of course you'd say that.
You don't respect Mike.
Of course you would.
You wear Air Jordans that Mike didn't play in.
Of course this would be Mav's comment.
No.
Damn.
So do you?
I respect Mike. I respect
seen you in Monier 3s. So I already
Monier 3s is that's not a. It's
he
like
said that's fashion.
Is it a Jordan? Is it a Jordan?
Doesn't matter.
Answer the question.
Doesn't matter.
Yes or no?
Doesn't matter.
There's no doesn't matter because this question has a factual answer to it.
Piece.
So I have the same shoe. So are you saying me wearing that is me not wearing? I mean, me wearing Mike's that he didn't wear?
Damn.
No, that's a Monier. That's the shoe. That's a collaboration sneaker. That's not an Air Jordan.
Weird.
Right.
It is an Air Jordan. It's literally the Monier Air Jordan 3. Like, what are you saying?
But it's not. The point is, you have to say Monier.
I can say Jordan 3
Air Jordan collaboration.
Oh, what kind of Jordan 3 is it?
Air Jordan.
Shut up, man.
That's the point. That's the point right there.
We are so far off track.
Like,
so far.
I think at this point we need to put a button on this episode. It's been a lot of belt talk, but I don't think you can be around Corey and not talk belt.